Most writing consisting of a connected paragraphs that work together to form a composition. Hello there, this is Dr. Diaz, and for today, we will be discussing about developing a paragraph.
A paragraph is adequately developed when it describes, explains, and support the topic. A paragraph actually is a group of related sentences that presents a unit of thought. Paragraphs provide organization and focus to a piece of writing, breaking up information into manageable chunks for readers. So when you read, a new paragraph is indicated by visual clues such as the indentation of the first word of the first sentence, or an extra line of space between lines of text. So let us discuss further what this paragraph all about. As mentioned, a paragraph is a series of sentences that are organized and coherent and are all related to a single topic. Since they are related sentences, it develops a central idea called topic. There are 5 steps of how to develop a paragraph. We have to remember that we have to decide on a controlling idea and create a topic sentence, and then elaborate on the controlling idea. You could also give examples and illustrations, and then explain the illustration and example, and complete the paragraph's idea or transition in the next paragraph. So you may use transition words in order to develop your paragraph. In some other books, there are ways to develop a paragraph wherein they enumerated like to narrate, to define, to describe, to persuade, or to expose. So you may use these ways to improve your paragraph. As you can see in the screen, a composition is a connected series of paragraphs on a single topic. To be called a composition, remember that it consists of different paragraphs. There are many types of compositions like essays, research, papers, and workplace writing. Okay, so I hope you were able to understand the meaning of the paragraph and some of those ways on how to develop a paragraph. Okay? Now, remember that in developing a paragraph, you could also use a lot of strategies like making comparison, classification, or you could even define a word. The entire paragraph should have one focus. Okay, take note of that. The entire paragraph that you have to create should have one focus. A paragraph, because paragraph is a section of writing that focuses on a unified idea, meaning to say there is only one idea, as mentioned, one topic. Okay, there are three main components actually that contribute to a well-written paragraph. In our previous lesson, we talked about unity, coherence, and development. When we speak of unity, the entire paragraph should have one focus. It should not veer in different directions. Otherwise, if there's no common direction, the readers will be confused. There should also be coherence. Make sure that your sentences flow in a clear, logical order. And when you develop it with a lot of ideas that you have in mind, you should follow them up with some sort of example or explanation in order to fully develop them. So, let's talk about the topic sentences. So, placing the topic sentences at the beginning of a paragraph so that readers will immediately see the focus of the paragraph and know what to expect in the sentences that follow. There should be focus, as mentioned a while ago. Second, in the middle of a paragraph, when you need to provide sentences that lead into introduce your topic sentence. Your paragraph should introduce some main idea. This can be done by writing a topic, which is usually a sentence that explains exactly what the entire paragraph will be about. Okay. Supporting details, explanations, or other examples. So once you have established your main idea, you could add it or you could add to it by giving further explanation. Actually, giving examples and illustrations are one of those strategies that you could use in developing your paragraph. As mentioned also, you could use transition words to wrap up or complete the main idea that you have in order to reiterate the relevance of the paragraph and tie it into your paper as whole. So, these are some of the things that you could do in your topic sentences. So, there are things that you have to avoid in developing a paragraph. By not announcing, of course, the topic. Just state what it is. Okay? At the end of a paragraph, when you want to drive home your main point, leaving the point fresh in the reader's mind. So, meaning to say, you're also thinking of your reader, leaving behind or letting the reader to think of what would be the ending of your work. Check to make sure each sentence also fits in the paragraph. Ask yourself how each sentence is helping you to prove or illustrate the point stated in the topic sentence. Paragraphs could be short or too long, so it's up to you to decide whether you want it to be short or too long. As long as the paragraph centers on a main idea and has a purpose in your paper, it is a paragraph. However, most paragraphs tend to be at least 3 to 5 sentences long. They should not be longer than a page to help keep the paragraph focused, and your reader will also engage in your work and could maintain that interest in reading your work also. So take note of these steps in developing a paragraph. Not only a paragraph, but a good paragraph. Sometimes a paragraph's main idea is implied, not directly stated. Okay? Topic sentences are similar to mini thesis statement. Take note of this. Like a thesis statement, a topic sentence has a specific main point, whereas the thesis is the main point of the essay. The topic sentence is the main point of the paragraph. That's the reason why you have to focus on your topic sentence. So later on, I will be discussing tips for writing topic sentences. In most of the writing you'll do in school, with the exception of stories and other types of creative writing, you will want to focus on writing paragraphs that contain topic sentences. So take note of these topic sentences. Okay? What is this topic sentences? When we speak of topic sentences in a paragraph, it sums up the main point of a paragraph. And use topic sentences to structure your ideas and keep your paragraph focused, as I mentioned a while ago. When we say focus, it encapsulates or organizes an entire paragraph. The topic sentence acts as a kind of summary and, of course, offers the reader an insightful view of the writer's main ideas for the following paragraphs. The topic sentence encapsulates the idea of the paragraph. Serving as a subthesis, it remains general enough to cover the support given in the body paragraph while being more direct than the thesis of the paper. Okay? In such cases, all sentences work together to develop the main idea and communicate it to the readers. This topic sentence forecasts the central idea or main point of a paragraph. Okay? So, a paragraph's topic sentence should be accompanied by a series of sentences that develop, explain, or illustrate. These other sentences now are called supporting sentences. Okay? So you could use supporting details, facts also that are, of course, could be of help to develop your paragraph. So you may use facts to develop your paragraph as a backup or proof. You may also use details that are specifics. The parts of the whole. They make your main idea or key point clear by showing how all the pieces fit together. So how do you make your idea flow in a paragraph? The best overall strategy to enhance flow within a paragraph is to show connections. A variety of single techniques can help you to clarify those connections and thereby communicated your intended logic. Okay? So, paragraphs can follow a variety of different patterns depending on the placement of the topic sentence. Most often, topic sentences appear at the start of a paragraph. So when we're talking about the flow, you could take note where to place the topic sentence. They can also be placed in the middle or at the end of a paragraph to create different effects. So at the beginning of a paragraph, so that readers will immediately see the focus of the paragraph and know what to expect in the sentence that follow. Or you could also put the topic sentence to see the flow of your ideas in the middle of a paragraph when you need to provide sentences that lead into or introduce your topic sentence. Or you could also put that one at the end of a paragraph when you want to drive home your main point, leaving the point fresh in reader's mind. Okay? make sure that your paragraph has unity, meaning to say one focus, when all of its sentences support each other. So to ensure unity, think about whether each sentence you write connects clearly and logically to the paragraph's topic sentence as you made your graph. So when you revise, strengthen the unity of each paragraph by deleting, of course, those details or sentences that do not, of course, contribute to the support, development, or explanation of the main idea. So you may remove unnecessary ideas in your paragraph to maintain unity in your paragraph. Okay? We've discussed about coherence last time. And we said for a paragraph to have coherence, the supporting ideas must be arranged in a logical order. So if there is that logical order, you could see the flow of the ideas that you are presenting. The sentences must be clearly connected, of course, following common organizations. When we say chronological order places details in time order. Okay? While spatial order arranges details according to the position in which they appear. Why is it that order is very important in a paragraph? The order of importance. Why do we need to take note of this? Because it presents details from the most to the least important, or vice versa. Last time also, we discussed about comparison and contrast. And I have given you examples of transition words for you to use in developing your paragraph. Comparison and contrast order discusses all the details actually related to one topic, followed by a discussion of all the details related to the other subject, or two or more items are compared point by point. Okay? Usually, when you make an introduction, the first paragraph of your composition, which is the introduction, introduces the topic. And I've mentioned before that in your introduction, you should catch already the attention of your reader. Meaning to say, you should hook the reader's interest and present the thesis statement. What is this thesis statement? It is one or two sentence summary of the key point of the essay. The thesis statement may be accompanied by a few sentences outlining the subtopic to be covered in the body of the essay. Since I've mentioned about the body of an essay consists of two or more paragraphs that develop and support the thesis. So each body paragraph should focus on a single subtopic and should provide examples, details, also facts, reasons, and other types of support. So most often, each body paragraph should include a topic sentence that clearly indicates the subtopic being developed. So after the body, you need to have your conclusion. The conclusion is the essay's final paragraph. It should reinforce or restate the thesis and offer readers some final thoughts of the topic. Ideally, the final sentence in the conclusion should be a forceful, witty, or memorable statement. This time, in your conclusion, you have to summarize now your key arguments. Restate the main premise. I hope you learned something in our discussion today on developing paragraph. Good day, everyone.